Used to amaze me, Edwina. Here we are, all decked out, trying to welcome royalty to town, and you're worried about corruption in professional sport? Huh.
I tell you, now that I'm on front of the camera all the time, my old colleagues think that I'm just interested in cosmetics. I want to prove to them I still have a nose for a story.
Oh. So you've been nosing around the Cougars, huh?
Yeah, I've come up with some rather provocative rumors. I just can't pin anything down yet.
That's it over there.
Good.
Our vice squad has come up with some rumors also. As a matter of fact, we have some surveillance on a couple of the clubhouse people.
So you've heard about it, too, huh? What kind of figures have you heard?
Well, we're just sort of tracking down some information in a couple of areas.
Drug abuse and point shaving, maybe?
Did your homework, huh?
You think they're connected?
Could be. But we're sort of dealing with them as separate areas. Doubles the odds that way. You got an inside source?
I'm working on one right now.
Well, you be careful with that. I mean, you might try to get some word from somebody who might put the word out to the source, who would cover the tracks, and just for the sake of your story, we lose our bust.
Come on, Ed, you know me. That's why I wanted to talk to you about all this. Now, I think my plan is to find somebody who's got an impeccable reputation.
You mean somebody who would possibly never be implicated, huh?
Yeah. Now, I was thinking about Alec Lowndes. What do you think about him?
Yeah, sure. What am I talking about? He's a good guy, yeah. Why not?
And he wouldn't mess up your investigation or anything?
No, but you better be careful. You might find some slime under some of those rocks you'll turn over.
I'm taking with her, of course. I mean, most of them aren't Batmans. But, of course, that was Gibraltar. Though if you mentioned it to the princess now, I dare say she wouldn't admit to a word of it. She's decided to forget that entire thing that happened during those 2 weeks. And, of course, nobody spoke anything but Spanish. So, I mean, hey-ho, we will never know, will we?
You're great.
Yes?
How does it happen that you're visiting our town?
Oh, you see, I have a younger brother, Wilton, you know, who's quite mad, quite mad. And he used to frequent these parts. What was that, Lucinda, dear, what was that name my brother used to use? Cha-cha?
No, Tango.
Tango.
But he did use his regular name as a decorator.
Yes, that's right. And then, of course, he started doing some very undecorative things, like a little spot of attempted murder here and there.
Oh, you wouldn't have a brother like that.
Oh, Constance, you're very, very kind, but I'm afraid I do, yes. And the trouble is, you see, we look so alike, I'm always being mistaken for him.
Oh, it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's in prison now, but, you see, the maddening thing is he's really a very, very good decorator, so all the time people are coming up to me, asking me my opinion of color schemes.
As I remember, he was particularly good with draperies and fabric.
Absolutely superb, yes, indeed. Oh, I say, did I tell you? About the Queen's birthday party this summer?
No.
Oh, I think you'll love it. No, I was there, of course. And the dear Duchess of Remsley, my dear, who's round the bend, my dear, absolutely round the bend now. Well, she came up to me and she said, you know, that great horsey way of hers, oh, there you are, there you are, there you are. Have you got the fabric to my walls yet?
It sounds exactly like her.
I mean, there I am, my dear. I mean, full court regalia. I mean, dripping medals and ribbons and this, that, and the other, you know. And I said, oh, Sarah, dear, I mean, do I really look like a decorator? So then I handed up my sash. I mean, just the Order of St. Michael and St. George. And I said, look, darling, I mean, really, I mean, does this look like a fabric swatch? And do you know what she did?
No.
She put it right up to her eye here. She's blind as a bat, she's blind as a bat. And she said, yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's going to do awfully good for the entrance hall. Oh, she's bonkers, you see, absolutely bonkers.
Oh, wonderful story. Well, could you come?
Hey, where you been? I've been looking all over for you.
I want to talk to you alone.
Well, we do have a lot of guests here. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Well, all right, come on. Let's go.
Don't touch me. I'll be in your office.
Hey, boss. Mm-hmm. Laurel wants to call the newspaper about our new act. She figured it'd be a hot item for the gossip column.
Now, what do we need a publicity plan for?
What are you talking about? We got a new spot, a new act show. We need publicity.
We're not going to have to ask the papers for publicity with Delila up there.
How do you figure that?
Gus, this woman that's going to be on that stage has been married to 2 internationally famous financiers, a father and a son. And she's going to be dancing up there in this hot club. Now, you figure it out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If we don't get any mileage out of that, this town is deader than I thought.
That's right. Maybe we should call her husband and tell her to come on down.
You really do like stirring up trouble, don't you? Bo Buchanan is a very powerful man. We don't need that kind of attention.
Yeah? It'd be kind of like watching two gladiators, wouldn't it? I mean, after all, an audience paying admission to see a husband and wife fight it out on stage?
That would make one hell of a splash, huh?
Nah, I guess I ought to think that one over. Huh? I mean, really. Question is, what can we get away with?
That man who's been staring at me all evening, is he a policeman?
Oh, has Ed Hall been staring at you? Yes, he is a policeman. I'm afraid it must be your rather remarkable resemblance to your brother, Your Grace.
Yes, I suppose so. I suppose that would happen all over the town. People expecting me to walk away with a silverware or something.
Well, Tango didn't bother with the little things like that. He had his eyes on bigger game, you know, like having his own mob.
Ah, yes. Yes, Wilton did always want to be accepted by his peers. Your pardon, I'm so sorry. Do excuse me, ladies, I'll be back in a minute. Lucinda, darling, I do have to dash, but I wanted to thank you for a super touch.
Oh, Oz, dear, you were sparkling as usual.
Oh, you're very kind, dear. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Pleasure to meet you. Goodbye.
Come along,
Oz, please do not get this lady here started on men, manners, or anything else.
I, for one, am forming a fan club. I have never seen anyone handle social lions with greater ease.
Well, after a while, it becomes second nature. Handling lions, that is. You know, I do believe that this hotel is going to be a nice addition to our town.
Brad Vernon finally got his act together. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, hang on, Asa. I really think Brad should hear that. I don't know where he is, though. Glenda, excuse me, do you know where Brad is?
No, I think he's in the kitchen. Oh. But I'll be glad to show you the hotel if you'll give me just a minute.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
Let me straighten something out with Cater and I'll be right back.
Terrific. I'll be here. Thanks.
I'm going to tell you something else now. This is my own opinion. But none of this could never have been accomplished without that lady of his.
Reception's going great.
I called Florida today and spoke to a Mr. Owens at the Sunshine State Catering Company. It seems somebody sent him a newspaper clipping about Katrina's past.
That's terrible. Who would do a thing like that?
Brad stuff. I need for you to tell me the truth because, see, I have this very strange feeling that you know a lot more about this than you're letting on.
What if I do?
Why did you do this?
Because I knew what losing Mary would do to you.
You did it for me?
I'm Mary's father. I did it for both of us. And I want you to be happy, and you can't be happy if Mary's thousands of miles away.
So you hurt Katrina because you love me?
No, that wasn't my intention.
Well, it really doesn't matter because she's devastated right now. She doesn't think she has any self-worth anymore.
Cat loves Landview. She'll be very happy.
She was taking the job, Brad, so she could start her life over again. How dare you decide that she has to live in this town for the rest of her life, whether she wants to or not?
Well, we're all responsible for the things that we've done.
Oh, that is incredible coming from you. How many times did you ask for a second chance to start over again? And how many times did you beg? Did you beg for that second chance from all the people that you were disappointing?
I was doing what I thought was best for Mary.
How could that happen? If you prevented Kat from going somewhere else, how is that going to help Mary? How can you hurt a woman that loves the child that you claim to love yourself?
All I could say, all I was thinking about was how much you and I love Mary. And how much I love you.
You know, if that is your idea of love, I am really not interested.